We're setting up the meeting. Okay, I believe we're good to go. Beautiful. There you're back.
I'm back.
Lenka Lutonska, all the way from London. Thank you very much for taking some time out early in the morning over there. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's huge pleasure, Andrew.
Tell me, you've just come back from Cape Town.
Cape Town, that's right. What a gorgeous city. Yes. I took some of my mastermind clients for a retreat, masterminding retreat, and oh boy, absolutely incredible experience. The Cape Town, oh my goodness, I can't believe I haven't been there before.
I've never been there. I've actually, it's been on the radar for like 2 years, and it just keeps falling through at that last second. So I feel like it's burning. It's a slow burner for me.
You have something to look forward to. It's an incredible city. Honestly, I have no words. That's how incredible it is. Yeah,
beautiful. Tell me, did you make magic at in your retreat
Oh yes, it was very special retreat because I think the atmosphere or the vibration of Cape Town really helped, but also we were in a container where there was no escape, and the women who were there, they'd done a lot of internal work and business work prior to the retreat. So it was incredible. During that retreat, I experienced hands down the most powerful coaching intervention in my career, but also overall, it was such a huge emergence, the next level of emergence for me, that at the moment I'm in the midst of a next level of chaos. Like I'm redoing everything from branding to programs to team structure.
Oh my God, is it the time of year?
Yeah.
What is it? I've just done that, and I think again this is part of what you teach, and to teach it you need to be the example and to be able to master this, and as you master it you pass this on, right? And it sounds like you know how to step into this next energetic layer and then align yourself to it. And when you align yourself to it, if we hang on to our branding and what we're currently teaching, and all of these ideas, we start to become very detached. And when we become detached, you can't teach it and you can't sell it. You can't leverage it.
That's right, because you are the one who is that business. That's how it is, our state of being. So yes. So, but I'm used to the process. It's fine. I went through several of these as do my clients. So
does the process still, it doesn't catch you by surprise, I'm sure, but does the process still feel unnerving as you go through it sometimes?
Less so. I'm pretty sure I will feel uncomfortable at some stage. That's not what I'm feeling at the moment. The trick is to trust more and more our masculine, in a sense that we are deeply supported through going through whatever changes need to be made, whether it's external changes or internal changes. What changes need to be made to get to align ourselves with that next level of impact, income, and everything else. So it's about trusting more and more. So obviously, as I'm moving myself or my state of being to the next stage and the next, because I went through those uncomfortable bit a good few times, I have a 100% developed belief that as long as I am listening to my intuition and going and doing precisely what my intuition and nudges are telling me, that I am safe. My small part of my mind may not feel safe, but I'm completely safe and being supported. So it's about trusting.
I love that, and I know the process always brings me magic afterwards. And I'm experiencing that right now. Like I'm in this place. Bali, I just did a retreat in Bali and the magic happened. But of course, what people who attend might not know is that that happens to me too.
Yes.
And then I stepped out and I had a tour of Australia, which I'm finishing tomorrow, Thursday. And everything that I had prepared for that tour changed because of that Bali retreat. And I sat in the plane from Bali to Perth, 3.5 hours, nearly 4 hours. And I went, I have to change this right now. And I have to align this back to what I really want to teach and what I've just learned. Otherwise, it's not going to sit. You're not going to feel the weight in my words anymore.
Oh, how I love that. And this is the thing, we don't often appreciate just how when we go into some incredible experience like you put together into that container, or when we participate or when we facilitate that container, that actually every single person being there is part of that co-creative experience. I don't know if you noticed this, but I'm noticing with my events or retreats or any of those types of offerings that the things unfold in such a remarkable order, and what works out the way I want it, or what doesn't work out in the way I want it, that what everyone says or doesn't say, whatever happens, it's for the best of everyone. So it truly is a co-creative experience. So and I think it's the best attitude for when we participate in something, because it's letting go of completely the victimhood in us, right? Your clients don't need to go to a Bali retreat with you so Andrew can fix and help you to find your voice. It's not about that. It's about me opening myself to this co-creation, when every single thing that happens in that during that container is gonna really support me to emerge, I guess.
I call it stepping into greatness.
That's right.
You step into this greater version, this feeling of power and greatness. And when I speak to you, Lenka, it's funny. My heart brain, my heart brain feels like it starts to get bigger and work, and I feel like this little ball of energy, and I actually have to control how much I'm saying and talking. So the thing is, I've actually skipped the introduction of what you do, but we've already got stuck in there. I've borrowed this book from beside Danny's bed, your amazing book, which I got a few and gave them to some clients and some of the team here. Energetic Marketing is Selling. I came to your 3-day event in London. It was amazing. It was beautiful to be a part of that. And what I loved about it was not just the quality and what you put on and what you were teaching, but the quality of people that you attracted.
Yes. It was, again, one of the co-creative experiences. Andrew, you played a huge part in that event, and I really want you to acknowledge just how big part. I was so freaking pleased with, it could be my choice of speakers, but it was really, I was led who exactly is supposed to be there. And I know that it's same for the each and every one of the delegates. And it's one of those things, this kind of containers, right? They evoke the best out of us, the best parts of us. The women that I serve are incredible. If you like, they're highly investable in themselves. They've got a big muscle of courage, as in I'll go and I'll do what is needed to do to grow my impact, grow my business. And some people think, oh, Lenka, but how do you do that? My clients are not like that. They don't want to invest in themselves or whatever, right? So it's not about it at all. We each have 1,000,001 shades how we can show up. We can show up as powerful or as weak, as loving or as not loving at all. We can show up in 1,000,000 different ways. So that extraordinary life is an example of simply put container and intention, and again co-creative experience, when it really brings up the best out of everyone, that we can show up that way. So thank you for being there.
Honestly, my pleasure. I wrote down a couple of things here. One is, do you still recognize yourself from way back in March?
You know what? I cannot recognize myself. I was back 2 weeks ago, let alone in March, you know.
Yeah.
But I have a very fond memories of what happened and how it felt and what went down and what was created as a result of that. But honestly, as a version of myself, if we're speaking in those terms, I can't remember because that version of me died, I guess.
So you have then this ability, or we all have the ability, but it's your understanding of being able to, it's less discarding the old, but it's constantly perpetually moving into this newer version and growing and expanding. And whenever if you're staying aligned, for me, I'm going to try and articulate this. It's every level I go deeper, I find another breadcrumb that asks me to go deeper. And if I just keep following those breadcrumbs, I keep getting deeper and closer to my purpose.
Yes.
Doing that requires me to be a new person every time I drop to a new level, which is that realigning. I think I sounded quite smart then, actually, Lenka. That was almost quite good.
Yes. So absolutely, you know, it's an alternative approach to action-based growing of the business. It's an alternative approach, and I would say, unlike action-based approach, and it's important to learn your blueprints, your formulas, your strategies, your whatever. It's important to get a smarts, but what often happens is we take those smarts and we try to apply it onto our business or in any area because that should work, because it works for her or him or them. So that should work for me. So we are mimicking our environment.
Imitation,
Imitation, that's right. And we are doing it by our do. Okay, let's apply this and let me see if I can get result linearly. You know, I put this input and it can get results, but it has got its massive limitations also. And the reason for it is because if we do it that way, we are operating from what I call by me consciousness, as in I'm little me, I'm gonna learn and mimic the environment and just apply all of this to grow my business. And over time, I hustle, I'll do this, and I have got these big responsibilities on my shoulder, and then I get overworked and I get tired, and the results, yeah, they're great, but not even touching the potential I know is brewing within me. So it's a very, very limiting. So when you take what might be somewhat more challenging approach, and that is actually doing the alignment work with ourselves, what we're doing is we're going away from any form of mimicking and we're going within. And what we're doing is we're dropping, and I know you do this with your clients in presenting, you know, how to come on stage and speak their voice, dropping any form of masks, so we can express fully ourselves and our unique genius in our unique way, in a fullness, because that is really, if you ask me, you know, what is personal energy, is that fullness of us, those values, beliefs, who we are. But masks, you know, tells something, it's very limiting. Energy, who we are, tells everything. So
I love that. You know what I wrote here is each depth, each layer we uncover is creating more of a unique perspective. So you touching on unique there that's what I literally just wrote down. Each layer, each mask comes off is more of your unique perspective. So the more your unique perspective, the more that it's going to feel like this bone deep sense of certainty in what you're doing. And when your audience is watching you, really they're going, does Lenka believe herself? Do you know what I mean? Does Andrew believe himself? And then they just feel that bone deep certainty. It's like, I've done the work. I'm going these layers. I know when I'm speaking, my words have my DNA on them.
Absolutely.
My weight.
Carl Jung wrote a lot about individualization. right? So it's about the deeper we'll go, if you like, or as we emerge as the next level of being, and etc. As we shed the old again and again, we're on one hand we're becoming more of a sense that I'm one with all of this. This is my co-creative. This is my playground, so, and I can actually control all of this, the circumstances, the money, the whatever. It's at my demand. So we're having a sense that we are one, but at the same time in a very individualized, very, very precise way. As I said, your DNA will be applied, which is actually the space of genius.
Yes, it's leading people into the genius zone, isn't it?
That's right. That's
I
right.
love it. It's like we've read the same, we're on the same pages. We're on the same pages. Look, there's something I wrote down here is, do you mind if I go to a piece for your book?
Not at all. It's actually really lovely seeing those post-it notes.
All my books have this, they're just my go-tos, the things that stand out. And then this is my way of doing it, actually. What you write, or the things that stand out, I then become. And then when I've become it, I can take the post-it note out, and it is me. So this is the piece that I've highlighted. This is Danny's book, so I'll hear about this later. Anyway, what is your personal energy? I'll ask you this, but there's this thing here, the 5 key elements influencing your energy. And one here is your thoughts, including your words. And this is what I'm teaching right now in this challenge. Including your words, which are the amplified energy of your thoughts and your belief, the thoughts which you assume to be true. This is when your words have the weight of you behind them. This is when people go, I don't know why, but I just like watching your lives. Or when you're on stage, I just get lost watching you. There's a presence, and it's that anchored presence that you're talking about here. I love this. I love this. For the people who are still sitting on that precipice of taking the leap of, what is energy when you're selling or marketing? So first of all, what is personal energy?
Yes. Well, you might know, I call it the most potent and powerful currency on the planet. It's essentially what comes from within us, and it introduces us even before we speak. It's a collection of our values and beliefs and attitudes, our awareness. It's how we over a lifetime build that internal image of ourselves, the map of ourselves and the world. It's not accurate, it never will be, but it always is a representative. It's what we put outwards, whether we speak or not. Like, for instance, so it's a collection of thoughts, and words are part of it.
I'm just highlighting this stuff. This is magic. Yes. I just found that word, introduces you before you speak. I love that. Yes. I'm gonna have to quote you. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna have to quote you because I'm gonna use it. I love that.
Feel happy to do so. And in presenting context, for instance, there's a major difference between consciously using your words. Of course, we know that each word will have a different emotional and energetic charge itself. Yeah. But when you're looking for a conscious, how am I going to impact or influence people? And you write a beautiful freaking speech, but the words chose consciously may often come only from the mask, as I was speaking about. This is my conscious way of speaking. And it may be smart, it may be wonderful, but what we don't realize that from behind of that, metaphorically speaking, we will communicate what we really mean. So let's say if I'm there on a stage a little uncertain about myself, or a little in a proving energy, I better prove here that I'm a great speaker. So I'm going to polish my speech. I'm going to deliver the best speech of my life. And in a rehearsed way, you deliver the very eloquent speech. But if you inside feel uncertain, or you feel like you've got to prove something, people will get this rather than what you prepared. So that is what personal energy is.
Oh my
That
God.
is what, and it profoundly influences every aspect of our business, from the way we position ourselves in the market, the place we claim in the market,
Yep.
through to marketing, how we build awareness and how effectively we build awareness, through to selling, how we deal with the sales situations effectively or not, and then serving, how effective we are in whatever we do with clients. So yeah.
Do you know, you've literally, we couldn't have done this on a more perfect day. So during this challenge, I introduced 3 of the steps of my methodology.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow is the second step, which is exactly what you're talking about. The conscious decision of words, I call the technical. That is my current knowledge base. It is the things that I've learned, my depth of learning and understanding. It is what I can repeat to other people. A lot of it I've paid for, and it's good knowledge. But behind that is what is really waiting there to be said. The magic, the magic that when you tap into it, and again, I just call it greatness. And to do that, we need to be able to move past that uncomfortable, back to the comfortable, and just choose. It's like articulating a feeling.
Yes.
There's a feeling in the heart brain around that topic, and you're going, I could say this, and I know this works, it's really smart, I've really read this or understand it, but there's something magic waiting behind that. And often with this, the presenter fills the space with something superfluous or unneeded, and that idea that has been lost, like you lost your moment to really share. Does that make sense? Because I feel that's like...
It makes complete sense. And I love that, because in my language, I would say, you're really going within and realigning your energy with that which you want to accomplish. I love that. I love that. And how much more powerful is that than just working on the surface?
It is. I mean, this is where we're taking these people, this beautiful collective, and the challenge is, I'm about to spill the beans on where we're going, where we're heading, but it is now getting out of here and into the heart brain. We've removed the masks in step 1. And then in the heart brain, which is just the place I think the magic comes from, is where you find those unique words and ideas and concepts that pop up in your talk, and you go, where did that come from? My God, that's really good. And I call those hotspots.
Yes.
Then I take a hotspot, an idea or a concept or a sentence that's come up in my live or on stage, and I'll go back through the recording, and I will then go deeper into that piece. So for example, so then it goes another layer, and then I find a hotspot in that layer and go down another layer, and then another layer. Each layer is like a more unique perspective on what it is that I do, which is how I keep driving. And I call this, when we're doing this, we're playing at the vanguard of ourselves. You're constantly playing at the forefront of who you are, because you're constantly leaving the old behind and paving the way.
Yes.
I got really overly excited there, Lenka. But
I love your methodology. So, and we know this, isn't it? What you teach in your own way in the context of presenting, and that's how you help people to step into their greatness. I do in context of marketing and selling and business growth, you might say. Yes.
Tell me, Lenka, how do you attract, and how do you use energy and align yourself to then attract your ideal client, or those bigger, you might have been doing this a while and you go, my knowledge base is so good, how come I'm only being able to charge this when it's your leverage is worth this? Tell me how people can make that step or that shift.
Sure. So first and foremost, I would say if we go, even though there are not steps as such, but if we go step 1, it would be to acknowledge and listen to that which is calling you. Listen to the most crazy motherfucking idea and dream that you have, and take it for as it's real, because it is real. So the trouble is that for most of us, and I used to live that way, is that we consider those call it desires, the dreams, the calling for making a bigger impact, the freedom, feeling alive, all of those things, that we perceive it as something that might or might not happen in the future, and I need to kind of work for it, and it seems so distant, so it might be, it's like a dream. It's like a dream. And yet what we don't realize is that that which is truly calling us, and that which we perceive through those images, and specifically the feelings of desire or calling, the physical sensation, it's essentially how, if you like, the God, the universe, the bigger part of ourselves wants to, is making its way, how it wants to express itself through us. So that is real. It's already pre-existent. It's real. We just wanna claim it. So listen to it a little bit, or be aware of it. What is actually calling me? What is it? Who am I meant to be here? And literally go beyond your mind, because our physical mind, beautiful, we need it. It's gorgeous, powerful, all of those, but fucking limiting. It's what we can perceive with our physical brain is minuscule to what is really the happening and what can happen for us. So activate that biggest, most daring, most powerful potential of yours by actually listening. And then, of course, so that would be step 2. We've got to learn to trust the masculine in ourselves, that we will be deeply supported as we take every single step that is communicating to us by our intuition. That is the hardest bit, of course, right?
I love that. That is highlighted. What you just said is already highlighted. This is, it's like, anyway, you've got here, practice no limits thinking.
That's right. That's right. Because then over here, when we tune into it, we'll know. You can literally choose, okay, this is the type of client I want to serve. This is how I want to serve at my highest level. This is what is right for me to charge at the highest level for the right client, because this is, I know the energy I need, the energetic commitment. So that will guarantee that they will show up for themselves fully, which leads to massive transformations. So we know what is the right way to charge. So we know that how to structure, we know everything. What prevents us is the physical part of our mind, the program part of our mind that is like, hello, what the hell is that? That's unknown, that's chaos, that, that's not safe. So the awareness of when this is active, and when this is active, when this is in fight, it's crucial, because what we want to do is we want to put ourselves consciously in situations when, all right, this is the program I'm going to run, or this is the stage I want to go on, or this is the talk I want to deliver, or whatever it might be, because that's like, here, this is who I'm supposed to be. And this awakens the ego part, the program. And don't go there. It's not safe. Who you are to do this, who the hell you think, blah, 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 blah. So we're going to just negotiate with the ego part of our mind just enough. So when we take those steps, we don't go steps that are needed. We do not go to full-blown panic. We may feel uncomfortable, but we don't go to full-blown panic. We'll just do it. And through that, we'll develop the trust, I guess. So that's in a nutshell, in a very, very nutshell.
It's a good nutshell. Something you've I got from you listening to you in March was around just making the decision to invest, sometimes the decision to change, and then acting on it has already shifted that energy into becoming a new person. And this is what I feel, and I feel this is really your domain here, is it's like if you want to be a better energetic seller, there is, I'm just going to use it as an example, in an energetic seller, there is a choice, and it's like Lenka has this key for me. I know it, I can feel it, but you sit on that fence of fear going, yeah, but what happens? What if I invest in it doesn't work? Or what if I invest and I can't make it happen? Or what if I'm not able to do this? And that energy stays there with you, doesn't it? But how many times have we invested in something and the very next day everything goes click, 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 click?
Absolutely. There is hardly anything else that creates that level of energetic shift, because that's really aligning ourselves to the next level of identity, self-identity, or next stage of consciousness, if you like. So there's hardly ever any other situation that can create as big shift as when we heavily invest in ourselves for a specific purpose. Because through that discomfort of considering, can I make this happen? Will I get my return on investment? All those unknown things. For us to actually pay that money, what we've got to assume is this is going to work. In other words, we are literally inventing our wings to fly in that moment. We're giving ourselves permission to succeed. And so it's only very natural that by doing that, we of course are also immediately, with that commitment to the next level of self, we immediately embody that version really fully. So this is where the clicks are often happening, because the reality will start to catch up.
You said something there which is giving permission.
Yes,
it's giving yourself permission to shine, giving ourselves permission to be amazing, to step into greatness.
That's right.
You know, it's what we were born to do, really, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right. And it's acknowledging I am doing it. It's not even, you know, I nowadays tell my client is, you know, if you're looking for somebody to give you a 100-step formula, it's not me. If you're even looking for somebody who will do it for you or with you, that's not me. I'm facilitating. I will hold your energy and I pinpoint you, but you're doing the freaking work, right? So we are, you know, so it's a huge empowering moment. I am giving myself permission to become this, essentially. And Andrew, may I make one note on the pricing, if you allow me, because this will serve your clients, because I know you asked me about, no, this is in me somewhere where I can charge this much for my services, and yet I'm not able to because I'm misaligned. I think it's very important to redefine what misalignment or alignment actually means. Because what we often think is that when we're aligned with something, let's say, I don't know, somebody may assume, you know, I've got this 10K offering, incredible transformative container brewing in me for months or years. And but I'm not aligned with the pricing, because if I was aligned with the pricing, it would feel so easy and I would just do it and that's it. That's not actually what alignment is.
Thank God you said that.
Yes, alignment is not necessarily something that comes with without any level of discomfort. Alignment often comes with the discomfort. So we can look at it like this. So this is where we are, and we can stay here fine, but that's probably not what we want. We always want to grow and more and grow into more impact, etc., etc. So you may charge what you're charging right now, nothing wrong with it. And or because you already know that this is the level of pricing that will serve your clients the best, that will attract, that will evoke the best in your clients, and that will take you to the next level of the growth and embodiment, etc., the greatness. So which one is more aligned? The one that is easy peasy but is keeping me where I am or keeping me small, or the one that is uncomfortable, maybe because it's new, it's different, it's at a high level, but I know it's completely aligned with where I choose to go. Of course, this one. So it's perfectly normal, and I experienced it on plenty of occasions myself when I call it what you like, download it, like, oh my goodness, this is the type of offering I need to go, and this client, this out, blah, 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 and this is the pricing. But what if nobody buys? That's the first thing that occurs to us. Where are those people, etc., etc. But guess what? We'll go for it anyway, will go for it anyway, because what you've got to lose. And the ego will be fighting only until the moment you sell that first place. And then you're done. You never can unbecome who you became as a result of it. And the clients will freaking thank you for where you stepped up. Yes.
It's when you've felt that, you can't ever unfeel it.
That's right.
I do the same with presenting. It's guiding them to a feeling, and when they feel that, you can see it and feel it, and then you go, you can never unfeel that. You are forever now changed.
That's right. That is the measure of a complete change. When it's like the veil, the curtain unveils, and you step in, and you just know you cannot.
Can I ask you a question? I'm curious. I feel like what you do is playing it. You're playing at the vanguard of Lenka, of yourself in this space, wherever this is that we're playing in. And the thing of no thing and everything. Do you get nervous? Do you get a little bit, sometimes have panic or scared moments where you go, holy shit, I'm making this up. What the hell am I doing? Trust yourself. Just trust yourself.
Yes, sure. I think we each have certain flexibility in our comfort zone, as you know, how far we used to stretch ourselves. For us entrepreneurs, it's, I think, very important to keep stretching that's aligned. So I'll go for it. So keep stretching, because actually that elasticity may get wider, which is to our service. But don't take me wrong, I put myself on good few occasions in a situation where I just know something is going to be done. And good example is the first Extraordinary Life. You came to the second one. So I had this vision in my mind to do this luxury, high level, incredible big event in beautiful environment with incredible speakers, and put together people in this incredible room for 3 days and create transformation, like wow, to evoke that next level of greatness, if you like. So the trouble is that to bring that vision to life, that's would cost, quote unquote, cost me about 50K in expenditure, for the venue, everything with that.
The bells and the whistles and everything that is in your wild imagination.
Yes.
Yep.
So now it was not a couple of years ago now, I had a choice. Do I go for that, or maybe I can go for something smaller? But I've done smaller. I've done the easiest version of that already. So I said, I signed a contract, and I knew this is my level of commitment. I immediately went into panic mode. It was a big for me at that time.
Yeah.
And not only that, because I was in that panic mode, because again, that's part of your personal energy, right? So I put together, my team put together the sales page and everything on it, and we put it out there. And in the first week, I sold only about 4 spaces, which I expected maybe 10 times more.
Yeah.
And no doubt, because I was panicking. I was panicking about what's going to happen if this doesn't work out. It's lots of money, and I will look like a freaking fool, and all of that, So I had to actually work really, really hard to keep sane. Just sane would be enough.
Yeah.
So,
I love it.
So, yeah.
It's,
so that's
what I love here is it for people watching. We're all making this up, especially when you're going layer and layer and unpacking ourselves, as we go and getting closer to that point or that purpose. But it's really refreshing and nice to know that we have those moments. You have those moments of panic and fear. But the more that you do this, and I think this is probably your experience, right? The more that you do this, you start to realize that these bold decisions and visions, then the difference between it being slow or not working is actually just your trust of
Absolutely.
this is happening.
Yes.
I'm so excited by it.
Absolutely. What that experience forced me to do, because I had no other choice. I would be just panicking like a mad woman.
Mm,
What it forced me to do is literally surrender upwards. Like, I've done what I needed to do. I committed to this. I follow my intuition. You do your job.
mm,
It forced me to do that. I had no other choice. And also what I did was actually be very honest with myself and look at, will the worst case scenario really kill me? And guess
yeah,
what?
great
It
question.
wouldn't. It wouldn't. I found out that it would pinch me, but I could take the loss if that's needed. I found out that, yeah, I wouldn't be very proud of myself, or my self-critic might go wild. But what, if that's a empty event, so what? I will serve those people that turned up, and
Mm,
that's it. I will not die. I'm actually safe.
mm,
So when I did that, that's when the thing started to pick up big style, as I call it,
yeah, yeah.
and the event turned out absolutely incredible. Absolutely
Mm.
incredible. Yeah.
And this is scalable for everybody here. This is scalable from, the hundreds of thousands or millions to the person that's sitting on that new space of going, what if I hire an event for $500 for the day and no one
Yes.
turns up? Well,
Yes.
go practice your presenting for a day in that space and do some Facebook lives and make it happen. I did that with my retreat. The worst case scenario was exactly the same. I had that moment of panic going, oh, this is new. What if no one turns up? But then
Yes.
I went, what's the worst case scenario? No tickets sell, and I have a beautiful retreat in the middle of Portugal in the mountains, and I will get my family and friends to spend a week there with me with the chef. The worst
Yes.
case scenario,
Yes.
because that stopped the panic, and then
That's right.
I stepped into that and went, oh, this is actually really exciting now. It just
Yes.
started clicking.
That's so important. Thanks for sharing that. Yes, because when we don't attend to that quote unquote worst case scenario, the risk fully, we make it far bigger in our mind than it actually is.
Mm,
So then when we actually look at it, how would I deal with the worst case scenario? It may be a little bit counterintuitive, as in,
yes.
oh, let me go there. But it's actually really calms down all the energy, so now we can focus forward towards of what we want, rather than I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. So it's actually a very healthy exercise to do, to look at what's the level of risk and how would I deal with if that doesn't work out.
And also if that journey that they go on from the decision to the event, that journey is a journey of growth as well, isn't it? Like that's a
Oh,
constant shift of, I know that I'm almost certain you do this. I start thinking about who is the man that I want to be when I get to that event in 3 months' time. Who's the man that hits the ball out of the park? What do I need to know? How do I need to be and become that? And then by the time you get on there, you go, I'm ready.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I don't need to do anything. I'm here.
Yeah.
Now that's pure freedom.
Yes, it's
You know what I mean?
incredible feeling. It's incredible feeling. Yes, the process. Yes, it's the value is in the process of actually doing it.
Mm,
Not in the outcome, even though outcome is always very welcome. But
mm,
as long as we focus on the process of becoming, then the outcome, the incredible outcome, is way more likely anyway. Yes,
mm.
but yeah, and this is one of those things I remember back then. Told myself, I don't care how this works out, because at the end of the day, I will never be a woman again who cannot run this level of event.
Yes. Oh my
Yes.
God. Yes. Lenka, every time I speak to you, you blow my mind.
Oh,
You,
thank you. Well, that's nice co-creation.
I love it. I love it. And I know your time is valuable. So I want to be respectful of that. I know you've given some time, but in your beautiful schedule here. But I just want to say, where can people buy your book, Energetic Selling and Marketing? Where can they get a copy? Because this is a really good book. And if people know my views on books, it's because everybody can write a book. Do you know what I mean? This is a really good book. It's
Thank you.
actually, there's 2 books that I read that I can't read too much. I read like a few pages and then become it. A few pages, then become that. It is this and Joe Dispenza's Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself.
Great one. Yes.
I love this. So where can people get a copy?
Thanks so much, Andrew. I much appreciate your works. So it's available on Amazon, Australia, Amazon.com, UK, etc., etc. But best place to go actually is to go to our website, energeticselling.com. And the reason for it is because it will still lead you to buy it on Amazon, but you can return to that page and enter the Amazon
We'll
receipt.
put the link. We'll put the link into the comments.
Energeticselling.com, yes. And I still included really valuable courses that come with the book. We will be pulling it out, I think, by the end of the year. But for now, it's there. It's a really valuable courses. So
Amazing.
it really helps with the embodiment of the whole energetic selling and marketing principles. Yes.
There's a movie that has a famous line that is "You compliment me." Do you know the movie?
No.
You compliment me. I can't remember the movie. Anyone who knows it has let me know. But I feel like when I'm speaking to you, when we're having this conversation, it feels like a beautiful co-creation. I can talk keep going and going and going and going and going.
Because we're doing it in our very individualized way, and yet we're one.
Yes.
Love it.
Beautiful. If people, and I know they will, if they can want to follow you, or where can they go and do that?
So I have a website, lenkalutonska.com, a Facebook group, really wonderful Facebook group, which is called Freaking Amazing Women. Gentlemen are welcome. You will be addressed gorgeous. So get ready for that.
You've got freaking amazing. Do you know what mine is? You're fucking amazing.
Oh, love it.
This is nuts. This is crazy. In every workshop, people get the person beside them and it's like, you're fucking amazing.
Yes.
I love it. Lenka, thank you very much for your time. That's pretty daddy. It is.
Huge pleasure,
Thank
Andrew.
you very much.
And of course, I didn't see the comments, but sending love to everyone. Thank you for being here and co-creating with us.
Yeah, and from everybody, if I had my glasses on, I could actually read these. But when I have my glasses on, the light here reflects them off. So I'm going blind. Thank you very much. Love you. And when we're over in London, really hope to catch up with you again.
Definitely. You must let me know when you're around, please.
Lovely. Thank you very much, my friend.
Wonderful.
Merry Christmas.
So Merry Christmas. Take care for now. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
And that